me. He was beautiful with a brutal tongue and ruthless eyes. He imposed his needs and wants like a hurricane over an untouched plain. He took up all the space I let him and told me exactly where to occupy. He's not there all the time, only when I sit down at the table to eat. He took the chair right next to me. When I picked up my fork, he forced his fingers down my throat. His free hand rested on my back, sent shivers up my spine. Suddenly, I was shaking. Suddenly, everything on my plate crumbled into ash. The doctor would name him anorexia, and he didn't leave when I asked him to. His presence was more than a suggestion, it was a demand. His tongue danced with everything I wanted to hear. He told me I would be pretty, but my worth is equivalent to my waistline. I need to feel my ribs between my fingertips, and that pain in the hollow of my head means I'm doing good. He showed me the satisfaction of drinking water on an empty stomach, the feeling of feeling nothing but air between my thighs, people saying that I look good. Didn't matter that my soul was wasting away, and sometimes death seemed so much kinder than you. Stole my mind, my body, and my voice, but I've got something to say now. Now I realize how toxic you were. You left me dreaming of skin and bones. You trapped me invisible in my own body, wanting to be bones and only finding satisfaction in my shadow. It was always so cold with you around. I watched myself become smaller and smaller in your presence. I knew I had to kill you when I began to wonder how small my casket would be, practically empty, still cold. I was only as heavy as you let me be, but I found the strength to. I did it with my bare hands. You sat down at the table beside me, and when you moved to touch me, I stopped you. Broke your fingers in my palm, and the rest of your brittle bones began to crumble. You bled appetite and calories all over the floor from where the shards of your skeleton pushed through your skin. Like glass dominoes, I watched you fall apart. It was a bloody battle, push and pull kind of fight, but after I stripped you of your power over me, I found you were only as strong as I let you be. I took my body back from you with a ferocious hand. Found beauty in my mirror without you there, recovered with all love and care. The support system was built from the ground up. When it threatened to topple over, reminded myself that food was not the enemy. I was gentle with my mind. Learned that the cuts and bruises of my battle healed when I gave them time to love myself by looking in the mirror and seeing what stunning things had always been there. Handhold by handhold, sometimes gripping by a single finger, I pulled myself from the cold confines of the coffin. Each movement is momentous, each word is wondrous in its own right. This thunder in my thighs is a blessing, not a curse. The soft curves of my hips are beautiful, and happiness is prettier than skin and bones. I myself undid the damage you left behind, and now I've claimed this body mine.
Yes, Mary! Yes! Yes!
My English teacher casually mentions his diet when Gabi hands him a donut and another student says, "Sounds puritanical. No sugar, no carb, sauces with no oil, you know. At the end of summer, you need to tighten things up," he says. Sounds puritanical. Fear and self-control play well together with guilt. Last year, we read Scarlet Letter and the Crucible. I shaved myself down thin enough to hide between pages. Shame colonized everywhere I hollowed out. My final project critiqued the romanticizing of female pain. Men made a fetish of beautiful female death, only loved one, flesh-sick women. If there's one thing I've learned from the history of this country, it's hypocrisy. We build a world on things we can't do. I tell myself I am fine. Don't I mean better? Mean my body is stronger than 200 years of romanticizing everything not alive. Don't I mean I don't wait for God to save me? Then I don't flinch when Mr. Ashley doles out self-deprecation like Gabi doles out donuts. My country hasn't recovered either. My country still only wants to hollow out, still only sees women as candy wrapper, like lick out the sugar and throw away the rest. My country blesses men who knows witchery but accuses women for living. Dr. Ford, death threat forced to move while her assaulter moves to the Supreme Court. Trump calls accusations against him the greatest witch hunt in American history. What about Salem? What about Anita Hill? What about social media comments that turns my friends' Instagram accounts into public humiliation, stocks, pillory? Last year, I played Betty Paris in the Crucible. My brother said I looked 12 and I took it as a compliment. Wanted to stay frozen. I sculpted myself into someone Hawthorne could write about. I'd like to say history doesn't repeat itself, but style. Magazine ads show women drowning under the weight of their necklaces. I'd like to say I make it across the ocean, that I find land without taking it away. I'd like to say I don't spin in a whirlpool of regret after dinner, don't feel like I'm navigating a hurricane walking down the Pioneer hallway. I'd like to say I hop across the ocean faith, that I let my body believe in flesh, let me believe in myself. Every day, I make room for this living. Every day, I make my body a new home. Thank you.